Welcome back to Gale at Night. All right, y'all. So before I roll these clips, I need to set the stage so you can fully understand what you're about to watch, because the context matters, right? So after the lead attorney released a video showing receipts that suggested either Corey Holcomb or his attorney misrepresented what happened with that interview situation, Corey Holcomb's attorney, Deyon, went on the Corey Holcomb 5150 show to respond. Now, you would think this was the moment where he would address the issue head on, right? Hell no. Clarify the timeline, explain the email communication, and clear up whether permission was actually given or not. But that ain't what happened. Instead of directly addressing the receipts, Derek shifted the focus to attacking the lead attorney's credibility and his character. His main claim was that he didn't trust the lead attorney because the email came from a Gmail account and didn't include a business signature or firm name or real name or whatever. But here's the part that makes that argument weak. The lead attorney has already been transparent that he is retired. His law licenses are inactive for that reason, and he doesn't use his real name on YouTube because his YouTube name is the lead attorney, which is much better for marketing than his government name. That's not some hidden secret. That's something he has said publicly on his own platform multiple times. So that explanation doesn't even actually prove deception. It just confirms that Derek didn't like the format of the email. Then Derek escalated. He went on to attack the lead attorney's professional life and character, and even went as far as doxing his real name online during the show. And that right there is where things cross the line from professional disagreement into something much more personal. He also played a recorded call between himself and the Georgia State Bar. In that call, he claimed he was trying to verify the membership of a divorce attorney because he was planning to refer a client to him. But let's be real. Based on the context, that sounded more like an attempt to investigate the lead attorney under a pretense that wasn't entirely transparent. Then he doubled down even further. He said he had hired a private investigator to look into the lead attorney and claimed that the investigator found an office location that he described as looking like a trap house. He also repeatedly referred to him dismissively as a YouTube attorney. So instead of directly responding to the receipts and clearing up the contradiction of whether or not permission for the interview was given, the entire response became an attack on credibility, reputation, and identity. And that's important context before you watch these clips, because otherwise you might think this was just a straightforward rebuttal, and it really wasn't. This turned into character assassination, doxing, and attempts to undermine someone's professional legitimacy, instead of addressing the core question: who actually miscommunicated about that interview? So in this video, I'm going to play the clips from Corey Holcomb's 5150 show where Derek made these statements, and we're going to walk through them one by one, based strictly on what was said, not emotion, not loyalty, and not internet narrative. Let's get into it.
Brother has taken the time out his busy schedule to come on and talk about this with me. Brother Deyon, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Brother Deyon, listen. I'm gonna turn it over to you and just let you say what you're gonna say right now. But I got a couple of questions that we can put out there for this fake ass motherfucker that I think is an operative, because his profile doesn't look real. But is it something you want to tell the people? Because this fake motherfucker called you out your name, and I don't know why he did that. If he's really a man who is a lawyer, but I'm just saying, is it something you want to say in the beginning? Because you've done the research on this. You know what's happening, Deyon.
Definitely. Well, I want to talk directly to lead attorney. When he first reached out to me, he reached out to me as a comrade, a brother, and a friend. And, I trusted this guy. I never thought that he would use me for content. See, I'm a real trial lawyer. I'm not a YouTube lawyer. I don't understand how this whole content works. If you look at my YouTube page, I have 2 subscribers. He has 600,000. Now, when he first reached out to me, I didn't know that he had a relationship with Corey at first. I didn't know he was on Corey's show So he really was backdooring Corey to try to get me on his show to do this interview. And we'll get to the whole part of whether Corey gave me consent or not at the end of this. But first, I want to talk about lead attorney. After he got on this.
So you want to butter us up and answer the question and address the receipts at the end. Okay.
Show and basically disrespected me in my practice, I hired a private investigator, Sergeant Sean Morgan, down here in Fort Bend County in Texas. And one thing that we noticed about lead attorney is that, for the last 25 years, he's paraded around everywhere. And for like the last 5 years, going under the name lead attorney. But if you look at all of his products, services, everything that it offers, he's never used his real name. I bet you don't know his real name.
Now, the lead attorney was on Corey Holcomb's 5150 show, where Corey had to book the flight and hotel for the lead attorney. Do you think the lead attorney was on the ticket, or was his government name on the ticket and hotel? And Corey ain't gonna say nothing about that.
A private investigator found out that his real name was. And I reached out to the state bar, and his license is inactive. I pulled the rules out of Georgia, even though I'm out of Texas.
Your daddy don't care about you. He a deadbeat. He be with them other kids by that lady he married to. Your daddy ain't paying no child support to you. That was enough for us to get stuff with.
That's not me. That's actually Corey's video. That's Corey and his production. It's also a sign from God.
On major platforms. He's been on DJ Vlad. He's been on Corey Holcomb's show. He's been on a lot of people's shows giving legal advice when this guy's license is inactive. And, I would never accept being critiqued, judged, or ridiculed by somebody who's faking as a lawyer.
Man, I definitely understand. I didn't even want to bring you in this mess online because it's a war against me. And he found a slick way to jump in this war because YouTube, Derek, is based off popularity, whether it's good or bad. So when he lied and said, Corey said it's okay for me to talk to you, that's when I said he's lying. Then he tried to switch it around like you lied when the truth is you never talked to him about my case. Am I right?
Never talked to him about your case. See, the thing is that when he reached out to me, I was a little hesitant because his email, or within his email, signature block, there was no legal.
Okay, now what case is Corey talking about? Because Deyon is licensed in the state of Texas, and the only cases being discussed are the restraining order cases that are filed and heard in California. Corey lives in California. Even TMZ is headquartered in California. So what is his attorney for? What kind of case is his attorney representing him on? Does anybody know what case? Is there another case out there that's not been made public? The only active cases that are being discussed are the restraining order cases between Corey and Christina Payne, which were both filed in the state of California. TMZ's headquarters and also is in the state of California. I wonder who set him up with this attorney, because I don't see how he is representing Corey unless there is a backdooria case that hasn't been made public. Deyon is licensed in the state of Texas, not California. Does anybody know there's another case out there that Derek is representing Corey on?
Name. There was no office address. There was no office phone number. There was no office email. He emailed me from a Gmail account. I mean, I was just a little hesitant to deal with this guy because, I didn't know anything about him. I wanted to vet him. I'm a trial lawyer, right?
Okay, at which point did you find out the lead attorney's email was a Gmail account? Because there were several exchanges back and forth. So the first time you received an email from the lead attorney that said Gmail and you had concerns, you could have gotten this information within 5 minutes by emailing the lead attorney back, asking for his credentials. Is he retired? What's up with his licenses? Derek could have did all of that over the phone or in the email with lead.
Right? I've closed out 1,088 cases, 50 appeals. My cases have been in law books as binding authority. So I don't just go on popularity. I want to look into this guy, vet him, and check him out. And I was hesitant from the beginning, but with him being an African-American lawyer, I'm seeing he has a big following. I'm like, this guy is legit. But because he lacked so many things, I was very hesitant. But ultimately,
what he was lacking? The Gmail is the problem. That's that one thing so many things he was lacking. The Gmail? Okay.
He insulted me on his show. I hired my private investigator who I talked to, and he gave me some information. But I also talked to my good friend Durante Partridge, who's an attorney in Atlanta, who stopped by lead attorney's office, and we have pictures of this, only to find that his office is out of a trap house in Atlanta.
Okay, so we went through all of that, which he could have gotten from directly from the lead attorney in within 5 minutes over the phone or via email. And he talking about lead attorney insulting him. That was well after he lied about the doing the interview.
I heard about that.
Yeah, it's a trap house, burglar bars on the front door. It's a commercial mail place. I mean, this guy is...
Okay, you said it was a commercial mail place, but you said earlier that it was his office. So it's a virtual mailbox.
He's had the whole world fooled, right?
Yeah.
No staff, law trapping. This guy.
We got a picture of...
Why would he need staff when he's retired? So he went through getting a private investigator, getting his homeboy who's in Georgia to look into the lead attorney, and they couldn't find, and neither one of them, you spent all that time wasting all that time, and nobody could tell you, oh, the brother is retired. That's probably why his licenses are inactive. All of this, instead of you just manning up and just telling the truth that you did not get Corey's permission to do that interview.
The place. Did you send them a picture of the place where his office is supposed to be?
I surely did. That would be slide. That would be slide 15 for the engineer.
You got that? Hey, because it's just like, I understand they're after me. They want me to look bad. And I'm just saying, it's like, okay, but this guy lied. See what he did? He said, you remember the part where you said, I'm clear to talk? I'm sure you were telling him, yeah, I'm clear to talk.
Right.
What about it?
I will break that entire.
See, now Corey is changing it. He did not just say he was clear to talk. Good day, counselor, and great hearing from you. Let me check with Corey and I will follow up with you. That was on January 28th. Then on January 29th, he responds again saying, I'm cleared to speak with you. So does that mean he just cleared to talk, or does that mean since it followed up from Corey that he's cleared to speak to lead about Corey and his case? Then he says the earliest time we can record or prepare to record and record is Friday, anytime after 7 p.m. Central Standard Time and anytime this weekend, with evenings preferred. If you're just clear to talk, just out you and Lee chopping it up, why are you recording? This was an entire arrangement to have a live stream, clearly, because they're talking about recording or preparing to record. So he knows what this communication was about. But Corey's saying it as if Derek said, I'm clear to speak. and left all the other messages out as if it didn't even happen.
Story down. So when he reached out to me, I said, hey, I need to speak to Corey first to see if I'm clear to speak about this. I ultimately learned that he had been on your show. You talked to him. You guys were good friends. I'm like, oh, okay. And he's telling me that, hey, I want to support Corey. Oh, I'm clear for that. You're a good guy. You've been on the show, et cetera, et cetera. Corey's a very busy man. I'm a very busy man. You have to go through the ranks to get to Corey sometimes. So no, Corey did not clear me to talk to him. But at the same time, this guy's saying that he's a friendly guy.
Okay, so like he just said, no, Corey did not clear him to speak with him. Let's go back.
So no, Corey did not clear me to talk to him. But at the same time, this guy
ain't no buts. So the answer, you went through all of that, and the answer is no, you did not get Corey's permission to speak with TLA.
Saying that he's a friendly guy, and he's saying he's here to support Corey, and I know what to say on a lawyer's show and what not to say, and anything I'm going to say is just going to help Corey. So I didn't think it was a big deal. But this.
So because the lead attorney seemed nice and he had a big platform and you thought they were friends, you didn't think it was a big deal, but you still didn't ask and get permission and approval from Corey. And Corey just sitting there looking stupid.
Guy, he took that to say that I did something unethical. Unethical would be I settled Corey's case without his permission. I filed a lawsuit without running it by Corey. We're talking about a news interview, right? Lawyers get on the news at the drop of a dime every free.
Who on the news? We're on YouTube. So where did he get that this is going to be a news interview when clearly he saw the lead attorney on YouTube, not the news? Is he just making up stuff as he go?
Lawyers get on the news at the drop of a dime every freaking day. It's not a big deal. But when you're dealing with this YouTube guy, he's gonna take something small, right? Just to get clicks, likes, comments, and subscribes. Yes. But at the end of the day, you know, this guy's engaging in the unauthorized practice of the law, which is illegal. So for him to comment on me, I mean, I was just a little bit taken aback and surprised.
Well, there is no right or wrong in this crooked YouTube game because the things that's being said about me, like I said, man, I don't have criminal history like that. I don't have history like none of this stuff that they're saying I'm doing. So I want to welcome you to the cold-blooded YouTube game.
I see. I mean, this is worse than court.
Yeah, it's have-nots trying to build position in society because they have no position in society. My position in society comes from being a stand-up comedian over 30 years. Your position in society comes from actually practicing law and watch this, helping people. Helping people. I know who you are, Brother Derek. I can't believe you're around helping me, to be quite honest. I'm glad you're around helping me. And now they got a picture of this. This is a mailbox place where it's supposed to be his office. How much does he charge? How much does he pay a month for this office?
$7.98. No
he
joke.
Got a mailbox for $7.98, perpetrating like listen, if you could read those signs that are up there, I encourage you to screenshot that and read those signs. This guy is fooling so many out of Trap House.
That's right.
I mean, come on, man.
Exactly what he's doing.
So if he has no office to go to, he gets dressed up for play, right?
Right.
Again, the lead attorney is retired. He can dress however the hell he wants to dress on his YouTube channel. Sometimes he throws on a hoodie and does live streams or does his videos. But if you're not a watcher or a subscriber that watches his content, you wouldn't know that.
Right. I mean, if you look at those law books, those things might be hollow. My books are real back here. Not all law books, but they are real. I don't know if that's...
The lead attorney has shared photos of his studio. and those books are real. He doesn't do green screens. But nice try though.
Green screen. Every time I see his degree, I have to squint my eyes.
Yeah.
You know, this guy is, I mean,
was he able to operate? I mean, was he able to activate some type of law degree this week?
No. I mean, I called the bar today, and his
Okay.
license is inactive. I called because, see, I found it online that it was inactive. Then I saw some stuff that said it was active. So, you know, I don't want to say anything about somebody, unlike him, that I don't fully vet, which is why I call the state bar.
That's funny because you're doing it now. He's doing it now. You didn't fully vet anything. You're going on a smear campaign, and this whole time you don't know that the lead attorney is retired. That is why his licenses are inactive, and they're talking as if his licenses are revoked. Or
talk to Ms. Rachel, who's a part of the state bar membership department, and said his license is inactive. And if you go to his website, he's giving divorce advice and charging people for it. So,
and that's illegal, right?
That's every lawyer knows that. Every lawyer knows that. That is the unauthorized practice of law, and that is what he's doing. And, you know, I'm curious as to his response, because I have all of the evidence here. I have a binder with 30 pieces of exhibits, not receipts. We don't say receipts in court. We say exhibits. So,
well, we're not in court. We're on YouTube, and on YouTube we say receipts. And you didn't provide a receipt or an exhibit.
You know, I mean, this guy's a joke, man. I can't believe he mentioned my name. He didn't research me well enough.
Most of the YouTube guys, they pretend to be smart, and they take advantage of the people who need the knowledge that's real. Because most of the people on YouTube don't know. Look, if you know anything about America, most people read at a 6th grade level. If you know anything about America, most people are not critical thinkers. So they actually think that presentation he gave meant that he was right. But I watched the presentation, I was like, what did he say that would make people think that what I said is not 1000% the truth? I mean, I'm saying, like, the man lied. He's an outright liar.
Here's the main thing. On his website, he puts, I have 20 years of experience in the trenches of Atlanta, Georgia, practicing family law, et cetera, et cetera. I pulled the Fulton County court records, and he's only done 10 divorces in 25 years. On file, Fulton County is in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay, I want you to notice how he slipped that in. He only mentions Fulton County, Georgia, instead of the state of Georgia. How is it the lead attorney has been practicing for 20 some odd years and only did 9 divorces? Because he only checked Fulton County. How many counties are there in the state of Georgia?
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
There are 159 counties in the state of Georgia, but he only mentioned one, Fulton County. I know I have to have some scholars watching. What does it take to retire? So clearly TLA made enough money to retire in his early 40s. This guy knows what he's saying is not true, but he wanted to give that small number of cases he worked in one county just to shame him. But most of y'all probably didn't catch it, but he want to tell you that you shouldn't trust the lead attorney.
Court records, and he's only done 10 divorces in 25 years. On file, Fulton County is in Atlanta, Georgia, right?
Yes.
And the last case that he worked on was in 2019. So, I mean, this guy, look, this guy cannot be trusted. And if you do trust him, buyers beware.
I just want to make sure it's illegal for him to be parading as a lawyer as he does with the classes and everything. That's illegal, right?
That's illegal. He's giving advice. I mean, it's directly on his site. I can read directly. I can go to tab 19 Well, slide 19. And it says, get clear strategic advice from me. You'll learn what steps to take to protect your finances, custody, and legal position. We'll identify issues you may be missing and create a plan to avoid costly mistakes. Whether you're preparing to file, responding to divorce papers, already have an attorney, and watch this, need a second opinion. Now, if you're getting a second opinion, you're giving a second opinion as a lawyer. Or in the middle of a case by yourself, this confidential session.
There's their production again. I'm gonna skip through this.
I mean, this lead attorney person is, I mean, he's one of the strangest people I have ever researched in my life.
Yeah.
I would say I wish him well, but I don't think it will be well for him.
Yeah. We ain't even got to go too much deeper on this guy. It's like, because you can't make people see what they don't want to see sometimes.
Right.
But we speaking the truth. I ain't got no lies. I wish I would lie on somebody like that. If I ever was to lie, it's because my family's life is in jeopardy. They got me at gunpoint and stuff like that. I wouldn't lie about nothing like that, but they can say what they want to say, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate you coming in here validating things, because you know what I'm saying? There are people who do have critical thinking skills, and they heard you say, how many cases have you been involved with?
1,088.
Yeah.
1,088.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm proud of you, brother.
Thank you,
I'll talk to you tomorrow, because I know it's late out there where you at.
It is very.
Man, thank you for coming on and bringing some clarification to the situation, because it was needed.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
I talk to you tomorrow, brother.
Gotcha.
Love, one love, man. That is brother Derek, Deyon, and you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's a cold world out here, man. It's a cold world. Listen, YouTube is full of what people don't really want to believe is operatives. Have you ever seen anybody create a lie like they are trying to create on me? Have you ever seen this done before? And the reason why, because my show is one of the top watched shows on YouTube. I have influence over the minds of people, and I realize now, wow, they're gonna throw the kitchen sink at me. If it wasn't for that, brother, TMZ would still be lying with a base head talking about, oh, she said you had a gun. They can't do it no more, because that brother stepped in and put forth what needed to be put forth to stop the nonsense. But I'm not gonna lie, this media giant has other ways of getting at.
Okay, he said that if it wasn't for Derek, hold on, let me go back and hear what he just said.
If it wasn't for that, brother, TMZ would still be lying with a base head talking about, oh, she said you had a gun. They can't do it no more, because that brother stepped in and put forth what needed to be put forth to stop the nonsense. But I'm not gonna lie, this media giant has other ways of getting at me, and they getting at me. But
okay, so he said that his attorney Derek put forth whatever they need to put forth to stop TMZ from quote unquote lying on him. Well, TMZ said what they said. They ain't got to say anything else. Don't have to keep talking every day about this case. But this case you're talking about are those restraining order cases that are in California. And again, Derek is licensed in the state of Texas. So all he could probably do for Corey is maybe a cease and desist to TMZ. But I doubt that stopped them from talking, because they didn't have to keep talking about it. They made their videos, did a couple of interviews, and they went on about their life. So what could Derek do besides maybe a cease and desist letter that probably wasn't even necessary? Since a cease and desist is just like a demand letter, not a court filing. So I believe any attorney can write up cease and desist for you. Does anybody know if that's, correct me if I'm wrong. And let me know in the comments, can any attorney in any state write up a cease and desist letter for you? I believe they can, because it's just a demand letter. Again, it's not a court filing. So that may be what Derek did. And that may be also why he really dodged this interview, because he knows that he is not on this restraining order case to be talking on it. That may be the reason he dodged the interview. And Corey probably don't know or understand that he can't represent him in this restraining order case. Again, unless there's some other kind of case that he's representing him on. But if that's the case, the public doesn't even know about it. The lead attorney's live stream was not even about any other case. It was about the Christina Payne case, which again is in California. Unless he admitted himself. But I don't know. We haven't heard, we haven't seen. So
let me know when y'all got it. Is he on? Brother Kyrie, can you see me?
Corey also brought up another guy. I don't know what the purpose of this was, but listen to this nonsense.
Hey, so let me ask you something. When you saw the brother lead this law, you was talking about how he was all bald and no facial hair. What was your take on that? How he looked, and why did you think that way?
As I'm an advocate for the scriptures, right? And so when you see somebody clean shaven and don't have no hair whatsoever, don't trust them. The Bible says don't cut off your beard, right? This is what the Bible says. So when you see somebody cutting off their beards and trying to uphold a standard and I'm gonna say this, according to white America, that let you know he's part of the system. He's part of the system, right? Even when you look out in the wild, if you see a full-grown lion out there without his mane, you're gonna look at it funny, right?
Yeah.
So if he don't got his mane, how in the world can I trust him?
See, I never looked at it that way before I heard you say that, because like I said, I learn a lot when I listen to you talk, brother. You know what I'm saying? So if according to the Bible, a naked-faced man is deceptive.
It's deceptive.
Now, many of you know that TLA is battling an incurable cancer. He is retired, so say he wanted to grow his beard out. It's possible that chemo would affect hair growth. So a man with no facial hair can't be trusted? This did not have to go this far. Instead of Derek responding to his actions, he's responding to Lee's reaction to his actions. Because Lee didn't even discuss the communication between him and Derek until after Corey said that Lee lied. Not the first time he said he lied, but the second time he said he lied. It's when the lead attorney decided to show the receipts of his communication between he and Derek. Derek didn't go on his smear campaign until after Lee showed the receipts proving Derek to be a liar. Either Derek is lying or Corey is lying. And Derek was very triggered. So he appears to be the guilty one. And I believe he's misleading Corey. And Corey doesn't seem to see through it. So I wouldn't be surprised if attorney Derek Deyon is the next person that Corey falls out with. Guess stay tuned. I guess we'll see. Ingratiating deflection is a manipulative tactic where someone uses kindness, flattery, or charm to divert attention away from their wrongdoing or accountability. This is Gail at Night. Thank you all for watching, and thank you for supporting. Be sure to click the like button and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and set the bell to all.